Right, fantastic morning. Me da foforo na tia tom sa no and sabre when it ya say omwa ni abom pae kakra enti your first 30 minutes akogo but den a ye beba enti yaba sports arena live on Adom TV and so nsemo ho na wotwe mu niema hold record so ye betese mu atiase ye Yewia yede de baso atawo do matches awodo be baso this weekend nyina ye betese mu ye sports arena and anopa ye now shane soma me say ye be ko tokro ni mu ne akọ hede ye ko so tokro last week send matches now esikwaye now this week send e be ko sikana bin abin so ko dibigu botom yes and of course room not the same boardroom Mustafa Hajidin and you be boardroom on yakọ send boardroom no esi atie Mr. Seven Asare Vipa so agenegwa ya chine kufu de bro super squad ya crowd yes Sergio Manocho ya producer Sara na direct show yi also ka ho and ya ba e show no Gumusa 0249 1367440 0249 1367444 for messages for bra you be kenkan ediama kejuana kasane Erica see everybody sports arena ni ye tia tumu anesa ye ntwe ho sima ye ba ye de yaka bro right fantastic mo akwaba at the sports arena so biemu and nsemo ye kan no amanone ne fie amanone week de beto mo Thomas Tuchel ye da sorry wono and England for Bonidin as the manager of the Three Lions for the next 18 months or share adwuma say in January na kwambia so wa share so betimi at the England for natural line no there was Pep Guardiola said Pep never but them say Kasaya na tumi anshada and papa intino Thomas Tuchel na omugidi say betimi dem across that line they've always craved to cross now I know at Danchenya EPL big game koso anya sam keto akra Chelsea versus Liverpool and fanuni na fe na me say obi be test ne ho say Chelsea have a fantastic run. Liverpool so nya bad and a new coach Arna Slot. Afina MSA obenya a test anu odin ba kunti emere sene no so nsembesi akọ in La Liga matches ewo honomo across Europe matches all pardon. You be with the Black Stars and e brand a shantik to much of the time we spent on the Black Stars and na face yakọ boardroom na ya hwe ye tokromu so at the ebebrand. Mesamo akwa by Kejuana Kasani Erica see everybody 7-star Power and Mr. Mustafa Hajidin me mama kwaba.
Yeah, no Eriko.
Na bibia ekoye die.
Nyame Adom.
Yes, and ya share in Black Stars chase ya enya ho den the team no so say the wo wiase. Ye den Ghana for ten ye proper Ghana Black Stars nsem achi die. I ba na wotwe achi na say chase and the ba na che say Kololo impressions. Kololo say and then so mo we Ghana jesi ma meti Kololo ya so say na ya sesem. Chese Kololo wo kala BB size BB size BB size BB come up yes Kololo Everton fantastic Kololo abuza mama sama makwaba na ye be shase dey fi England for choice of coach e be legends ni mo ache e be say no if you should have gone for an Englishman e be say no he's a man for the short term idea but you akoko be as a short term na ya nefa matwa mamom yankoi Dean.
Because Ubi says English managers no omone hwan no because England focus on more per manager or Gary Southgate level. Maybe England for kwa do no omodu baby a more per manager or bro Gary Southgate level. And they English managers are available. Gary Potter, Graham Potter. He's still jobless. Gary O'Neill, the performance is saying.
Oh, he's with Wolves.
And I'm saying the performance is saying. Sean Dyke, and also performance that is saying.
Eddie Howe.
The best manager they have currently, Eddie Howe. And before I saw my appointment, I talked about Eddie Howe. Southampton for manager. It's also in English.
Yeah.
And if you look at the system, English managers are, if you broaden argument and now we UK managers are, and now they made one of my favorite managers, former Liverpool manager, and they all Celtic. Brendan Rodgers said never accounts. And okay, to say why in UK managers, but when narrow it down to buy English, these are the available options for more. Okay. Yes, and so we share managers we mu nyina na we share baby England for bedu ya. Say England your personal club and na wo manage ya. Nka wo be fi Gary Southgate akọ Graham Potter ana obefi Gary Southgate na wakọ Eddie Howe na megidi say oye a little above all these managers but baby be England for person omokodu no is it Eddie Howe mo na opesa wo hwa na the answer is a big no. What for England for the way my build your team no the exciting young players omenya any baby a team na baba baby do a we here obi obemom a step further and that person obemom a step further no this is a manager obebe coach for cup competitions and national teams are solely for cup competitions and cup competitions we here manager only cup competitions bo. And truth be told, Thomas Tuchel is one of the best we have in the system. We need cup competitions, but
okay,
yeah, call tournaments, cup matches, on grand results in Farmer. Thomas Tuchel can give you that result. The exciting thing is how wow mutumi akoko fa papa ne ba ya nipa bebrante wasem.
Because people thought no call
about 2
Manchester
months about 2 months ago, BBC for I try some more contacting the agent in Germany. Almost shoot two idea no crowd down. The one more rubbishy idea no. Almost say nay nipa mi ansape. Penny friend the Bellingham, the CEO.
Okay.
Almost CEO no, or no.
The FA
CEO and McDermott. John McDermott. Almost and no money. Apart from no. Then Thomas Tuchel on my bench.
Now, because of time, do you think it is a good choice?
For me, if you look at the managers that are available in the system, last time it said Kubeka Klopp as them, and they Klopp in available, and I believe they might have spoken to Klopp.
Yeah.
It be a Klopp and pay too much pressure. They do my Klopp aquafano, and you do my pressure. Into a perful fool, no way chili, no instruction, munye no fire, no away chili. And all prepare say be a down kwama biano German national team no juma no bedawa no baba be fanti on pressure no scout to the system now you one kasa assess ask yourself say who are the available options in our system
because of his availability and not your bet to me.
The CV is clear. He's a class above all the English managers and English and managers and kasan po munye English Mr. Boedi or more system no how many of them there were sir to kill pedigree. Right. No? So for me, I think he's a very good manager. 18 months contract there, and Chaba obe started January. Yeah. And me say ope coach obe mount results our cup games Thomas Tuchel is one of them. World Cup here you I'm for training. I'm telling you, Tuchel will do wonders.
Okay, Thomas Tuchel to also adjoin sharing saying 0249136744 back in kind on text and face to WhatsApp. Now, Vipa Tuchel is here.
Mami nchahe for. I think Dean I can't say be brave. We are the third foreign manager in the history of the England national team.
After Sven Capello.
So there was Sven, before Sven Bebano. Now we are established in terms of winning trophies. Now we are unthinkable. But Unim, when Sven took the job, my main statement is a year in Central be a kind about Sven Goran Eriksson. Unse Abrofono, especially England phone would GDB say near maybe why so more money panomo and so more. And there was a protest when Sven was appointed, and the chief executive of the Professional Footballers Association, Eka, said the appointment of Sven Goran Eriksson was a betrayal of our coaching structure. Then John Banwell, our counterpart at the League Managers Association, and so said, beggars belief. Another example of us giving away our family treasures in Europe. There was one other columnist at our Daily Mail, Jeff Powell, and Otro, that the FA was selling our birthright down the fall to a nation of 7 million skiers and hammer throwers who spend half their lives living in total darkness.
Charlie.
It's because he was from Sweden. The way the narrative around him. And I mean, yes, surprised said, likes of Neville,
Runimo,
Carragher Master take it is a trait with them.
Okay.
Once I hear foreigner, a trait. Then after Sven Ekoye, they brought in Capello. Capello also had a lot of criticisms until he left. Anytime a foreign manager he meets some of these issues. You better count one. But so who just oppose here, send your in Kai. Managers at this particular moment, none of them comes close to Thomas Tuchel in terms of being a serial winner. Tuchel at Dortmund, one league or German, the DFB Pokal. Yeah. Obanenim, he went to Paris Saint-Germain for the first time ever in their history. Or they call the UCL final, only losing to Bayern Munich. Then he came to Chelsea. Not to Thiago Silva by in 6 months, so we need Champions League. We can say a fluke, however you want to put it. But him say, and your footballing uses in Tuchel defeat Chelsea.
It is never a fluke.
Because Obi the team on J against the
Mr. Body. Team are waiting the PSG aqua final. Now we lose no. Or the Chelsea beji any news.
So we better say in terms of quality.
Internet make us a man in Casampo because PSG from nowhere won't tasty final than. What you for such a team the aqua final. And yet Chelsea on where we need be paying. Before Chelsea the agent. Chelsea on waji be paying. Wako final this will lose paying. And what baby be into the Chelsea GR. I don't think
so. We better within the period. Because Frank Lampard has started the job. And they were on the verge of being knocked out of the competition. I think Dynamo Zagreb, game B. And then he came and he turned it around. Adom call use your fire to achieve it. Ofi Hono, of course, Bayern. We've not really seen that sort of dominance. And Bayern won in over 10 years period. No. But even at Bayern, he won something.
He won the league.
That season at Dortmund had it. Win the last. So clearly, in terms of pedigree, in terms of winning laurels, the last English manager to have even won something for them domestically was Steve McLaren with Middlesbrough. The last FA Cup winner, English, was Harry Redknapp.
Harry Redknapp coaching. So
yes, Portamone, they don't come close. So you see, Tuchel Wafa the most difficult job in the world in terms of coaching. Yes. Because Domine no shame, everybody talks. You'll be judged on the fact that they had a golden generation somewhat like that. The Beckhams, the Steven G's, the Lampards, those coaches they face a lot of criticism. Now the English followers, the English community, who this English team as one that is capable of winning a trophy. Since 66, no. This is the time, and the Gary Southgate especially, no. We are capable of winning. So Gary Southgate was not known with Middlesbrough. He took the job for 7 years. Waba, Southgate Diako, finals, back-to-back finals in the Euros. World Cup, we almost made the final. So you have no excuse to fail. Especially with this crop of players. Tauti almost say they are one of the best, that even Ballon d'Or candidates.
And when the Indian for story really interesting. Appointing this manager, or even proud to the appointment of the manager. England for sir, Sven-Göran Eriksson more time run as for ina. Oshe players or munya from that time over. England for Enya Edu baby or munya one of the and I said best defensive and a centre back partnership. No more be on team.
John Terry.
No more John Terry.
Rio Ferdinand.
I knew Rio Ferdinand on team. Or more one of the best right backs in their generation. Brother Gary. No, one of the best left backs.
Actually, cool. The current squad is on your banner.
They were very careful. Option midfielder. Arguably in the last 30 years, meaning say EPL no, Omenya left back be a better chance to go.
I agree.
In the EPL, not only for England.
Patrice Evra.
Undo. Ashley Cole ball no only the obey to be compete but Ashley Cole left back no if you can for
any time on the
post goals in
this crop of players are Tuchel will be scrutinized for every call up, every game and every result. You have sleepless nights.
Okay.
So what fair Juman? Onimnia, Juman no akofra no nimo. Especially when you've coached in that league for some years, almost feel say you know the crop of players, and already know most of the arguments of these English pundits is hinging on the fact that they have quality. But it is a guy say be final crom say one more the ball in your fair. For a manager who has taken them to back Euro finals, so imagine the expectation from somebody like Tuchel. Eriko, and you're near Becca. A Jumaneson. Tuchel, or the Nenza was a Bunzamenumpa.
The Nenza Bunzamani. Right, it's a very hard, but Lee Casley, oh my, unfair to him, right?
They never considered him.
Also, no Queen, they could be said, maybe to my house, see idea.
They never considered him. And I didn't kind say, Dimmy Crown, and I didn't kind of say, Obi say Southgate 80 million mark back-to-back finals. Now, Mope upgrader. It is not Lee Casley. Lee Casley is Irish.
Yes. But no chassis, no Bogum, no Bogum.
It's not been bad though. When lose one match.
It's written on a moped.
Overcome Kushia, a you tournament.
De La Fuente.
All shares was are in a live on Adom TV. Minoka says Sika, jackpot to pay a quick cash jackpot, a Boston and Indian there. La Paz New Market live on Adom TV and of course Adom FM, Asempa FM, Share FM, 4 p.m. and you wait to me at the schedule. Botomo dial star 281 hash. Choose the option 6. Yes, option 6. Now wait to me so 300,000 Ghana cedis. Oh, it's kind of my boss no. There's a game at hand this weekend. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Not a bad start. Yeah, there's a decent start for Chelsea, and I think Liverpool so bad. It's a game and I'm not bad in pa. I'm free game in the total. Nothing. I'm a prepare Black Stars.
Very difficult game for both sides, and Majidi say Ubia opposite approval point na Enzo Maresca because Arne Slot 7 games.
You have 1 loss. 8
games, 7 wins. 1 loss. Until 7 games. And Nottingham so na Chelsea ball draw. Yeah, before international break, Nottingham na ma omo drop point. Me ni kwaku na ehwe game wey. Crystal Palace ni Liverpool game no me ni kwaku na ehwe game no. Say, hey, Crystal Palace pan Liverpool embrace. Yeah, nkonko hwe na Chelsea so drop point against Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest that game both goalkeepers saves or more
before you continue on our screens, you see the fixtures. Match day 8 of the Ghanaian Premier League. At the English Premier League, Spurs, West Ham, Fulham, Aston Villa, Ipswich, Everton, United, Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton, Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Arsenal. And the games, na telling I can about
yeah. And I wasn't surprised. Say almost more drop point because Nottingham Forest ball money Liverpool boy. And on the slot, when say Liverpool team no, say no at least inside that team no so. Oba yenche, but one thing I've liked about him, it reminds me of Tama Lampard be take Chelsea. Oba afofro no. One temper with the team bebre or maintain almost the entire team. You call winter and not started so your signings. Now when you start making signings, people will judge you by the signings. I want a Lampard inside January, and Papa will buy and who so. Making sure say team no on temper ni P because this is a team or room into the top 4.
Now catcher in the crisis can where the best signing.
It
was part of the understanding.
But you also have to be very careful so that on fact too much pressure and fan bound because team ni a team or room into the top 4. Team in the last 5 years so to imagine league back and among too many changes with team and entirely the same team Klopp at the boy. Team were to be compete with City, compete with Arsenal for the Premier League. And the team is already doing well. We were one of the best forwards in the world. They were team no more Salah. We were one of the best centre backs. Virgil van Dijk with team. We were one of the best midfielders. Abante friend McAllister because part of the Argentina team. A World Cup. And team Nankasane the core of the team compared to a team friend Chelsea. Team no akwa say all due respect I say for Kobo Afina a man for bar. No, nkaka some and slot there wa Maresca there wa because Maresca a far Chelsea fans no they will enjoy Maresca nti enya fayo
onye board fraud to certain
Nabi Maresca no pon enya fayo Mr. Body enya
fayo Chelsea ni dey hu Liverpool no say the tia me brother say anytime nti
yeah
both teams quality ne dey almost so far
yes both teams I think the game we enya me wan say bet my end in a draw because looking at Chelsea team no me say Enzo Maresca be try say or best stop one slot e be the fifth manager and I said the first manager obabe we need 5 games away our Premier League e be see here enti ono be hwe say okay oba one of the 4 managers omo to me winning 4 away games omo made in a Premier League season ono so hwe say Maresca so hwe say ono so be block o so so be to me e de ono no aba be set record na fe yaka so share why no break his record no obaka so share Chelsea and I like how Maresca here well organized well composed on kasa pio o se sha de no wo fie o se sha de no kakra o yes so obeja a few players kwan the likes of Raheem Sterling and so forth. They buy in Raheem Sterling. Play on my coffin by 2 seasons ago. Yeah, the start and so forth. Now, and my man for share. And gradually, I say in kakran. And yeah, the smooth a year I will be now. So of course I bet all those said they are hitches and I said glimpse kakran of quality. I will be who no when you're bad the kakran so but at least transition now or the Chelsea for form no. We a Chelsea fan now you could see. What na fie now shout to say no this is a team airport to a rehearse pattern
okay.
This is a team coach no nsano edano so very difficult game but I think if anything will win I don't think say team be a advantage over the other. These are two
predicted draw.
Yes, I think the game is likely to end in a draw.
All right,
but both teams scoring.
Okay, after this fixture discussion I bet delve into Black Stars but
yes.
Me pesa obe screen is so perfect.
Yes.
Sani ya na
yes.
pa
aha
nti vin so mpa na why sani oye no na jide go movement na ken ono agojina man Liverpool Chelsea
Eko Dina Kabebre me ye je di say Dean o ya pe Maresca say me esi Milan for dey in term but nka won say nka red na no I
on nin sam kekan e bi
na puchi omo no mo 3-1 na
oh any mistake
friends are one fa
mo coach na obeto aso dey
obeto aso
for Seka here time
time say you are one of the best players in the world
nye players asam na yeka
Eriko one of
coach no so
players asam na okan one say player bi o yesey Eriko say player na a proper munchindi player Kopama
as such as like what's all a proper
proper say on say first now boy organize area match next kada so when say games ni bi no that is what we see in the game between Liverpool and Chelsea and the game no ni obe win no e be gina individual quality so the Kopama form no me expect say be continue last month 5 goals 1 assist player of the month right coach nso Enzo Maresca coach of the month the Enzo Maresca we say Chelsea games omo boy a omo nya good run and o say Nottingham Forest that this season omo aye omo say omo ye giant killers
omo ye Brentford name ani bi
but you see going to the game Enzo aka say there's some sort of humility be wa brand anymore of they say will play a role and for Ancelotti they need to keep an eye on that boy me can be him say e so mo hwe sa brand
e so be ma dia yom
and yes sir obema dia but you see anytime Liverpool have played Chelsea at Anfield in the past years Chelsea have struggled Chelsea have brepa in the past games at Anfield oma bre and the Anfield factor is also paramount in this game ohwe quality two sides in now Salah wada kakra Luis Diaz has stepped up do Bellingham more entinka rationally your mind anka yatna se access ni pa na yekofa ne bana anka so you the coach for the Black Stars and so started from our youth level under 17
that's an experience no expertise no
thank you because on him Haaland mwaka say they went through development phases with this coach so he shouldn't be the one at the German national team the head of the German national team or in context the head of the Black Stars when you just oppose it experience wise criteria on the buy they threw it away yeah me I've said it on this platform anywhere I've been say Otado no near the right man
now we have him and the okay
only Nyoka because he ain't been qualified for the AFCON say Sudan echo hell in quotes no munya 1 point in one home game and one away game to qualify.
Against a qualified Angola and Niger or no Ajeguaman.
They will go on Beko Shabon, some non contract in blood, in ink, to qualify. Because already, no, a Jumana Kwesiapia here with this Sudanese national team, no. Even World Cup qualifier, almost top of group at the moment. AFCON, the last time AFCON was 2021. They're on the verge of qualification. Almost just a point. And Ghana, the 2 games are bono. Realistically, we have not won a game yet. Until out of 12 points, no, we have picked less than 20% of the points. Because you have two points from a possible
3
games. 12. From 4.
4.
You have about 2 home games.
4, yeah.
Out of the 6 points, no, you have 1. Away game 6, no,
you have 1. You have 1 against Niger.
And on the balance, home and away is the same result. And you know, realistically,
1 defeat, 1 draw.
Realistically, now 2 games, 1 home, 1 away. You have about 1 point, 1 point, 4 points. We are not qualifying, and you cannot tell me, say, it is not over. When we have opportunity to change the story around when we played Sudan, and me can say Sudan man bam bubble. When Sudan decided to play away, you saw what happened, and it was disgraceful. So qualify here, boy, you are one of the easiest groups. Angola, Niger, Sudan. With all due respect, Ghana should be qualifying. You have both 2 home games and your away games in were on neutral grounds. Erico, have you considered all these things? Yeah, tell the parents say no, not in a for pa. So only team, but not ultimately break it team down. They sit a low block, ultimately break your down. Sudanese technical team, Neka said it is easier to assess these Black Star players. What were you doing as a technical team? Lawman, John Pinto, Fatah Udauda. The Fatah Udauda who said Atizigi is not the right man for the job, Anna. Go back to your go now, you consider your first go against Sudan. How goalkeeper Bena Oba Etrasa Obechibo, then you come vertically. Can make the minimum goalkeeper 34-month contract with an option of a 2 years extension. Per report, so I think $30,000 to $50,000. And in the last 2 months, no, so if it's $30,000, you have to $60,000. And out of 12 points, one might 2. It's again be our Bobia, no, $15,000.
My goodness.
For missing out on an AFCON.
You don't think he's the one for Ghana moving forward? Obama a good team. Maybe now you say man quite on Jumana on a good team.
Black Stars a Jumano. I don't think longevity will work. Longevity say per coach 5 years. Then go and take a proper coach.
And yet Otto.
What you say?
Wow. You didn't tell me.
What a proper coach?
Go on some kind. Dean. Eddie, but you think also drink? Boy, you have a screen.
Erico, that go.
The young boardroom that time in your.
Patapa, na me tie ni interview bi week we. O se ade na yapa say sa kwade abonwom na o ka se ono sa kwade. Enya nyame anko no baba ebewu ama patapa abebo. O se ono. O se ne boy ba go fe de kaula. Ne nyom kra pepe.
And now topic at the bio can say how Kwesi appears schooled.
Yes.
Otoado, Famicom.
Otoado iti. And they be last week you share.
But say for the betting
yes.
On home foul.
Yes,
on for the love of the game.
Yes, week way. Makwada hospital in Aba.
Yeah.
You know. At home fanche. And Nyambwa next week so my match phone say na ye prepare towards Ballon d'Or no. Yeah, top 10, you be top 5 Nyambwa next week.
Okay, that's fine.
Na ya chire ni po be win Ballon d'Or no for 2024. Na ya be hwe ye game we very crucial game. Kwaku dia wakasa sa susu kasa. Na blame ni dia be kwa ma nipa bebre and mekasa enya dia obetena fie na wakasa wetu oba school fees. O fail exams a obebo teacher no so bo. Dia bi. O parent no so wo so ka ho. And akwala no be qualify or be kwala na say obe pass exams na obe pass. Because when na wutu fees coach no ye na yetu aneka his excellency the president of the land, the ruling government when na mutu aneka enti mo ntena fie ma mo ntena na mo nka say moja na okone say ye yi a ebia yemfa glory ni ma na mo efeli a ye be blame efe for no kwada bi because say yemu na mutua ni say munya interest in how the coach performs.
Okay.
Me ntua me ba fees na me nkasa akwala ni twa exams ne dia me de be hwa me no ma akwala ni feli a say school ni nya de da bi. Because I na utia fees no say wunya interest in akwala ni performance e wo school. Ntimeka His Excellency ruling government the air course no munya interest. The last time I Ghana qualify was 2004 and also no. Yeah, me try adwen kwesi bibi so.
Oh, did
yes, it was under also. And in 2024 near to qualify to be under also no biom. Me wa hweska mutua. His Excellency scan utua ma boy coach no. Won just happen Ghana for kwan tua uta ketua no. But for the love of the game to use as candidate tua at the man. Now matter no a former technical team. A technical team ye na ye ko school. School ya ye ko ye performance ye pay ye we ya na ye na technical team. When is who watches the watchman? Honorable Kennedy Japan bro for say who watches the watchman?
When I call school failure na when
na school na ye ko ye no Otuado ne mate na ye goalkeeper's coach. Fatao Dauda. Ne mate ne san so ye John Pentel. Nipa miensa mu ina mu wie school the same year. Ana mo ma form consortium. Na when na be kire mo ade. Mo ye mistake on na be correct mo technical room mo. Aya ma ya adwen kwa nyoma bi so ne nyai because mu ina mu ye playmate. Mu ina mu ball together na mu wie. Fatao Dauda mi nipa wo ye coaching course wie ehia na wo de akọ. Na aden ye tumi elevate obi from nowhere shum to Black Stars.
Sudan. So you was part of the Sudanese national.
Masa, let's get serious. Yeah, obi there, a woman obi or no, yeah, part of Sudan. For how long?
Yeah, Sudan actually.
For how long was it with Sudan?
Anchadi.
Abobi na achi abobi awintra. Nanka ye kan sama ne ye pegana ye benchmark ye wa Sudan.
Place. Omo e put them together na kra nye.
Nye. Technical team no the way form no kra yan form ni ye. Kan no kra kire wunu am say kan no kra kire dan for ense dan for agro. Omo ye put them together form a technical team na nkasa nye. Ntino esese wunye obi o experience. At least or camp or ye part of the technical team we call beboa. Form 4 form kwa na waka o mabom. Ntino then results by na ope. Can Messi can go check down for and sit down for agro.
And boardroom wo dey fire to the fire me nko.
Boy we are boy. Me hwe na me ra ho tade na me just we are na me hwe na me da hospital bed so na me hwe born.
Ya ka say when you broken heart.
Come just say doctor na hwe me because say o the blaster be ku. And come blaster ne ke ku mi o Tuesday nkom no mu ku mi kura ma mewu kura fi wiase. Blaster for we mu.
Feko time yo enko gidi pa.
And last week ye hwe kwan a omo fast one omo like omo ebubu ye team na yentumi anwini. And this time we are looking at how omo tumi take advantage of your weakness. Turning omo to opportunities ama omo. Na fi omo tumi dey defeat here in the game. We played against a Sudanese team. Omo so called typical 4-4-2. Omo ba the same style no omo call here, so you call the same style any they start here. And we'll be looking at a few things, 1, 2, 3, 4 key areas. Last time we had 5. Abro omo ba
before you continue, I mean say Kudus Abogo ama West Ham.
And you know, yeah ba be share 4 key.
I don't know how many winters was that. Kudus Abogo the ama West Ham.
Mo kuku.
Bible me wo mu say you say enkwala no aya mundi munna no mogani na Bible na so kire say aya ma mo nhye mo ma no obufu enti wo no boadi no Mr. Boadi hwe na wan hye o ma no obufu because wo hye obufu ebufu result na obenya
enti ma me more information
man hye me ebufu
okay me sorry
mo the information
very sorry
baby am wo no eho no nya sa information we I don't need that information
yeah sorry
enti you better 4 key areas.
Go name neat.
Ebusuafo Adom TV. No boardroom. Now me share Black Stars. Strictly on Black Stars.
Now Black Stars player say go on Bezote.
Black Stars against Sudan. Now me say you share no be 9 be affect yen ama Sudan for etumi share because anka ye ni Sudan de anka ye game anka say yetumi born tew but abo bi hwe na achi abo bi awintra set pieces first time I buy me be can some about set pieces say minim de ntia I say yen shouldn't take advantage of your set pieces ye be san hwe biom say repeating one na repeating one e ba ne san wan and e san repeat here Sudan quick transition Sudan for new any boy quick transition the wo mutumi enyambo ne bia won 18 yard box mo papa no dey do 18 yard box me transition the wo mutumi pop on 10 no mo catch off guard ne ahwe Sudan the wo mo disorganize Ghana ye defense no omo the ball na ba un say defensive organization is very key team bia who under attacker the way mutumi organize we chire ho na wo di be detail na so be stop opponent no from scoring na fe ahwe Ghana energy and Sudan for the use no say na come na na dey o say ye den yo we will look at it nti e be call quick ni ahwe Mohamed Kudus ni Jordan are you set pieces ni na omo no omo bo ye bo ofia ha omo na e bo set piece ye kwa away set piece krom ha omo nya corner baako enya free kick baako e Sudanese no omo only free kick omo boy no it was on target the only corner kick it makes the goal post by inches Kwakumu akabro for no because narrowly by inches. What dey hwe free kick here nya, wo dey hwe sa set piece we hwe. A boy. No kranya me animu ni. Timu pa wo say wo ball first leg no mama ye den. Ya ka set piece atem. Na hwe dey kokoye ebiom. Entene set pieces na ye hu wo kroma na ye nya makoma corners nkwa 16 no. Ye koye nsan fa nkwa ye hwe o. Ye nya free kicks nkwa makoma 5 e wo kroma. Yakoye ye sanso kokonya bio we ye perfect one anka ebetumi dia ye bibi hwe ye ball ni hum ya body to atwene meanwhile when the Sudanese enya omo de na kwan omo fa so a omutumi ebo omo de the way omutumi organize omo ho se en hit target kwa na edin se goalkeeper obetumi ache e bia na only missing by inches we will go to the next step and we will go and look at it now ya hwe o hwe the way Ghana for organize a team. Your quick transition, it was very terrible. Yeah, transition. But if you look at the Sudanese, this is Abdurrahman. This guy, they were more tormenting that day. I will give them. They were more organized. On paper, it looks like a 4-3-3. But reality, team normal ball 4-4-2 because when say Ghana, yeah, superior to them in terms of midfield, in terms of attack, in terms of defense. Bibiani Abrom so. O de hwe omunya bo a hwe kwan omo sesia no modu 18 yard box no omunya bo omo mbreo 1-2 sa bo we na ye counter na ne ye ko and ye lusu ye he sesia anti time omunya counter it was 2-2 but ye ya anka kwame na beta fetafre ball no ho saa o de ball ne ba bedu ono na nkofo na organize ewie and team a won na ebo a ono transition here very fast no sa wanya wo so de an faster team bia obetumi beat you because obeba kwanya ball na odebeko no obe wa agin say bia obe slow ball no be so ma reorganize into obeko echi no mo na nipa makoma for so look at this very quick one here nkomba be share into when stand come ye nkonfo bia omo ye clinical imagine someone technically gifted players bia kabo when can the first go sata we na 0-0 52nd minutes ball we na can say na first go commercial ekwewi because our transition was poor. Meanwhile, DS, now you're very, very impressive. Omunya boa, kwan omu faso omu break on counter attack. We will go to the next one. We'll go and look at it because we will be there 2-3 minutes. And tini yan kwani. Wait, another transition. No. So omune oni Gideon Mensah ne sari kemuno no. Oni Gideon Mensah ne sari kemuno. Say see ya. No more to me a break or counter attack. No more kwa. And when they break. Always on counter attack or break here no do 18 yard box no. You break here into me because ya pebo na ya tafre ho e wo mfimfin ho dodo. No marry organize it. Now but we yenko echi ne enko hwa ade we. Be pese ye hwe the third one e kwa hwe. Ghana e defense no the one ko for ne disorganize your defense. So hen no kwanya me anim ni. O man bi be organize your defense a na nya Sudan no.
Charlie.
So we Sudan e bobo. No mutumi teto sade no menim se sariki one of the worst days our blasters on the papa we jiku salisu ni jiku Sesia no ma ba establish omo so omo no me the two best defensive partnership and a center back partnership ewo be sa game we kire ma yehu say masa menim say ku sasariki ani jiku bebi omo obi o maka say ko wo friend ni obaka say masa kofo ni ye ho adwuma wo de hwe ba ko ni sariki de ani wo de tem bi omo benya ball mo ko no we nipa 2 against 3 na de ma me yi sa video we ba ni say hwe say wo ni player ba ko na wagya ne ho na makọ mu nipa miensa akọ crowd nti ma je hwe rebound no kọtọ we ni ma what were you doing na then na mo ye hwe wedi na tia na wagya ne ho na 1 2 3 omo kọta ke
ọkọ ye so so anko ye hwe ko gina ho
enti we na kire we wo training nipa 1 2 3 ali bi say do first game wo bo papa enti nka boy we a wudi na chi ono na nka say o follow because on na mo area hwe e say wudi na chi wagya ne ho ama na kwa hwe say boy na e konso kwa hye boy o na mu nipa miensa makwa krado wo one place we nya me na me kire we ye basic we all know enti then ye kire wo training ye defensive organization on that day it was very terrible ye nko the next one but we nya ne tentem na afi ye nko yenim enti hwe nka boy we benya ne sesi a simple hwe we ye Sudan for there ye de na ye hwe no na hwe Sudan for there o de hwe picture we pause ne ye hwe picture we na omu two ball no wo se Sudan for no omu moma omu kwa attack no ye kwa attack no ni omu defend no hwe numbers omu wo na hwe omu numbers omu wo omu numbers no ados chen ye numbers and defensively they were well organized because omu nim so omu no ye under pressure into omu na so omu defend the ball no te hwe o de hwe 1 2 3 na hwe omu 1 2 3 4 o de we kan wa 5 o de we kan wa 6 against yen 3 into 6 against 3 yen de ne bae no e 2 against 3 numpo no 3 e san kokko krado wo baby foforo e no mu ja one player so nkonkwahye we don't do this these are basic the last one is Sudan for energy energy no mo de boy 2 goals no mo shey na energy they were very strong the energy very very strong the ntimi omo first goal energy wa bre wa to form come na wa bre wa to form
no you born is I
don't know
ko boy we untimi believe no
only but say ye di netia ma ye ntumi an cover one against 2 we san sorry e be san akotoa so akwahye ball no wa sorry e san akwahye ball no energy obe second goal mo ne sariki enso e baae the offer another energy the energy and crofo ewo a mo de share so it's very disappointing.
Fatokro ne from one. Fatokro ne.
I'm so sad. And young qualify. Memo bi anya first hope bia.
That is 16 outs.
And kwa bi duro bia ma mewu entu krom ha. Nya de be qualify.
Facebook ne WhatsApp. Okay.
Na we musanya de be qualify.
Dean, thank you so much.
I ought ni
Vipa Medase. Dean e be come it's fine.
Nto bia nka mo mu nka ko.
I'm next week Yami Adom na dum e be san hia. Oni tua say 30 ko e ti be fine. Keju na nka san Erica Siedu Bwedi.